Well, good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the Morning Brew. My name is Keith Wilson, and today I'm going to show you how to install Visual Studio 2019. Let's do it. Okay, so for the first thing you want to do is open up a browser and navigate to visualstudio.microsoft.com. Once you're there, you'll find Visual Studio, the full-featured IDE, which IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. You want to just click on this drop-down and select Community 2019, which is their free version. So you can get that absolutely free. You do have Professional and Enterprise, but we're not going to talk about that today. We're just going to go ahead and download the 2019. It should start on its own, and you just save that in the directory of your choice, which mine's going to be in download, and then you can just select that and start the installation. And once you install that, my Visual Studio installer will look maybe a little different than yours, but what we want to do is we want to look at our workloads. Now these up here are just tabs, and we'll talk about those, but we want to do the workloads. The workloads that I install, and which you might want to install for these tutorials, is the ASP.NET. We'll go ahead and do Azure development. We may talk about that here and there. Python development if we ever want to do Python, and Node.js development. We'll just go ahead and do that. For the desktop and mobile, I'll just select the .NET desktop development, and we don't really want to deal with C++. We're not really going to do too much with that. Universal Windows platform development, that's okay to install. Also, you definitely want to get mobile development when we start in our mobile tutorials. Game development with Unity, that's fine. We can do some of that. And we'll do the other tool sets, which is data storage processing, data science analytics, definitely. Visual Studio extension development, we'll do that. Office SharePoint development, we could go ahead and install that. That's not really a problem. And then we'll do the .NET Core cross-platform development. Okay. So once all those are selected, we can go over to individual components. Make sure that we have the .NET Core. At the time of this recording, it's .NET Core 3.0, which is the highest there. Just make sure the 4.8 framework is there too. So that is probably about it. We can do Git for Windows. That's also in the GitHub extension. We'll also talk about that in a later tutorial. But let's see, we can always come back to these and install them later if you wanted to. So if you don't get all these installed today, you can always go back to this install here, this installer, and install the ones that you have missed. So I think that's going to be good. Language packs, if you are doing any other languages other than English, you can do that also. And then your installation location, I just keep it all the default. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and install that, and I'm not going to take the survey. And of course, that will install, and I'll be right back once that gets done. Okay, after the installation is completed, you should get a pop-up window asking you to log in. So if you don't already have a Microsoft account, just follow the instructions on there. Mine didn't pop up because I already have an account, so it just automatically logged me in. So I was unable to show you that. But I do want to show you where the icons or where the shortcuts are to the programs that got installed. One, you want to check under B, Blend for Visual Studio. that is a program that gets installed alongside Visual Studio that allows us to work on graphical user interface in WPF, which we'll be doing tutorials here on the Brew later on at a later date. So you now just go and scroll down to V, and you should have Visual Studio 2019, and you can launch it from there. I usually just click right mouse button and I pin it to the taskbar, so because I work on them all the time and they're right here. Okay, so that's it for our tutorial today. I appreciate you joining us. Please subscribe to my channel. It helps out a lot. Just keeps allows me to create better content, things like that. If you have any questions or anything, be sure to comment below. I'll try to get to them the best I can. Thank you very much. You have a good day.